Good morning, everyone. Hi. I'm like tired right now. I don't know how you're feeling, Max, but I'm tired.
Yes, I have. So let's see, let me go ahead and put
My
my
hair is crazy.
live screen on. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, last two nights have been pretty late nights. I think
Ooh.
on Friday I was up in Los Angeles and that was a nightmare.
Why were you
But
there?
I was there for an event. I was helping a family member out with one of their events, and so I was up there hanging out with them and getting them set up and kind of being the muscle
Ooh, and you got muscles.
for their event.
That's some
Oh well,
muscles.
thank you. I uh I think that's one of the things I'm like, yeah, you know what? I can help out. I can be the muscle. I don't mind,
Mm-hmm.
doing that for people. So yeah, I helped them out but it was just a long night. And where we were was just so unsafe and filthy and
Did you find crackheads?
like you had to it was really sad. You had to walk over them to get into the venue. So
What?
like you couldn't walk to your destination without having someone be like, "Hey, there's a parking lot down the street. Do you want me to walk you back?" Like they had security and stuff because it was that bad. Just needles all over the place, human fecal matter. It was like,
Ew. And
yeah,
that's
it was
your
bad.
Los Angeles. That's
That
sad.
is, yeah. And this is a place where like a lot of people go. Like it's downtown, but it's the fashion district area, so it has just become it has become a post-apocalyptic nightmare, unfortunately.
It feels
So,
like cyberpunk is coming to real life from what I've
yes.
seen. Like that's
Yes.
wild. Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing?
So, that's a good question. I think now this could be wrong, but I've heard through the grapevine that potentially states can get, and this is awful, this is horrendous, but states can get money, like tax money or tax write-offs, based off the amount of homeless people within the state or the city. So politicians can use that money from the homeless people. It's basically using homeless people as capital.
Oh my
It's pretty
God.
pathetic and despicable, but that's the only. But then there's also the concern of housing, effective housing. What does that look like? Especially in LA, where everything is just so
Expensive.
crowded and cramped and expensive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, a
Yeah.
closet is $3,500 a month, and you're living next to someone who's also in a closet. So it's like,
Y'all living in closets over there. I thought Japan was going to be the first, but no, it's America
well,
with.
yeah. Isn't Japan the one that has like the coffins though, where you sleep in the coffin thing that
You can
it's
like
on top
rent
of
out
each
of
other or
it.
whatever?
You can rent it. I don't know if it's like a
Yeah.
permanent housing, but I know they have sleeping pods.
Yeah. Oh, that would.
Like
Can
go
you
for
do
a nap.
that? I've.
Hmm.
Are you claustrophobic or
No, I
like?
can do that. I can definitely do that. There were trains I took, or no, it was a bus I took in Vietnam that was like very similar to that. You had your own like private space. There was three on top of each other, and it was kind of nice, but it wasn't like I wouldn't do it voluntarily unless I needed to, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh oh, I don't know if I'm doing this, but LA Comic Con, it's maybe. It's a maybe.
Ooh, it's a maybe, eh? Well, it's coming up in what, 2 months, right?
December 1st to 3rd. I
Ooh,
thought that maybe
well.
it'd be like a fun trip and do some business stuff. And I was like, oh, I wonder who I would see there. I mean, I know Chris Gore will be there. I don't
Hmm.
know. Would I see a Max von Priestley there?
You would absolutely see a Max von
Are you going?
Priestley. I was going, well, I haven't gotten my tickets yet, but I am going. So, as long as I can get tickets, as long as they're not sold out, I will be going. Um,
Okay.
but
Well,
yeah.
hopefully, because the panels that Gary kind of let slip on FNT sounded really fun. I don't know if he was supposed to tell. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
I'm perpetuating that rumor now. They sounded hilarious, the ones that Chris Gore
Oh,
proposed.
how fun. I cannot wait. That sounds great. I'll have to go back and because I watched about halfway through FNT, so I'll have to watch the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
Yeah, that one
how
was it was
fun.
so weird. Odin came in on time. That felt weird. I'm like, Odin, are you sure you're at the wrong time zone, or right time zone? Oh my God. The baby really threw him off.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But
but
Sargon was great. I loved seeing Sargon there. He's a fantastic
mhm.
commentator.
He sounds
He
so
does great work.
posh.
Oh, yes, of course.
Like he
Yeah,
just
it's
sounds so
very
classy. Why can't
he
why
he
can't all British people sound like that?
he is a classy man, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Um, but no, it was great. And you have just been crushing it on your channel. Every time I hop on YouTube to see what's going on in the news, because like I use YouTube kind of like Twitter, where I look at the feed to see what videos are out.
Yeah.
And every time I hop on, I see you doing a live stream. So
Oh,
you've been a
thank
busy
you.
gal, eh?
Yeah, and I've been trying to do some editing and learn how to edit, and that's I don't know how people have patience for this. And I know like I always I'll say gold standard in terms of like if I ever had goals to be a great editor, it'd be Perry Chan. His
Mm. Oh
videos
my
absolutely
gosh,
beautiful.
yeah.
And just I don't know if I'll ever get that, but it's nice to have that as like, if I ever needed maybe like some help or whatnot, I hope he would help me. I know his work is very impeccable, and
Mm.
I have not seen too many people edit like him, at least on YouTube in terms of like short editing. Like that's like movies. It's truly movies that he
What
can
he's
make.
able to do, yeah, it's so imaginative, it's so creative, and it's so much fun, like and funny. And
Mm-hmm.
he's able to pull clips that I'm just like, I completely forgot this existed, or this is so funny. Like it fits perfectly for this thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I love that he's able to do that. It's really fun to watch his creative mind at work, at play.
Those creative juices be
Yeah.
flowing
But
real hard over there.
what got you kind of in getting invested into more editing?
Oh, vlogs. I was doing like vlogging stuff. So I
Oh, your haunted house.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
was editing that and I was like, I don't know, this looks so boring. Even with the video that I did from Downey's farm with the pumpkin picking, I don't know if you watched it, but it's okay if you didn't. I thought, oh my God, I don't know if people are going to like this. Well, I'll just put a little note at the bottom. People can give me feedback, and hopefully it's like half and half at least. I'll be happy with half good, half bad.
Okay, okay. I have not seen that one yet, unfortunately,
That's
but I
okay.
I did watch uh your haunted house one, and then I think I popped into one of your live streams where I was lurking, where you were talking about um the inception for that, and you were asking people like, should I go back to the hotel or the hospital,
hmm
where you were doing kind of a test stream.
Oh, yeah, for
So
my equipment to make sure it was running smooth because I needed to know if I could or not have video on or off.
right, yeah, right.
So
So,
it kind
but
of
yeah,
worked.
so
Yeah, well, we
I
did go
I
back.
enjoy popping in.
We did go
Yes,
back.
yeah, and that was pretty terrifying. I felt like I was about to see a dead body.
I
So,
mean, you never know. Like, if people don't walk those halls often and check every room, you never know. There could literally be someone. Oh my God, I remember. So, one of the places I worked at when they had like first opened the hospital and it was kind of like chaotic, apparently there was like a homeless man that was living in the hospital for a couple months because he was able to
oh my gosh.
like fly under the radar. Like, there was rooms still not like being used or used well. And yeah, like you can access showers pretty easily if you know which rooms to go in.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they were living there, and I can't imagine. And there's like food everywhere too. You can sneak into the kitchen area and steal like
Oh
a
my
tray
god.
pretty easily.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of smart for someone who's homeless, but also horrifyingly creepy for someone who finds that homeless person.
Oh my
Because
God,
you're
I
like,
can't imagine being like, "Oh, who are
probably not.
you? Why are you stealing
Yeah.
this?"
Um, but looks like you had a fun time. Sounds like you had a fun time. How
I
was
did.
how was Epic Verse, and how was the trip with El Gary?
Oh, Gary? What trip was with Gary?
Have you guys had the meetup yet?
Which meetup?
I thought I saw Melissa had posted a poster that
Oh,
was like,
they Wisconsin. That
yeah.
is mid-November, so
Oh, okay.
you'll
All
know
right.
because I'll
Well,
have to tell you. Sorry, can't make it
ah,
to
of
this
course.
one. Because I don't, unless I come back on the Saturday, because I don't want to. I think the plan is to go to Wisconsin on Wednesday, drive in, and then Thursday kind of chill till the meetup time. And then I hoping to leave Saturday because I don't want to drive on Friday and then midway through being like, I'm late, Gary, can't make it home for FNT. So yeah, do FNT from there and then leave. And I'm excited because I get to hang out with Gary, Melissa, and I think Lady G is going as well.
Oh,
So far that I
nice. Lady
know.
G's the
I
best.
love Lady G so much.
Is
So
Lord G going to be
I
there?
don't know. She's not really mentioned it, and I haven't asked. So, because the kids will still be in school.
Right.
So I don't know if she has anyone that can help. But either way, I will be happy to even just see Lady G. I mean, she's like the love of my nerdrotic life.
Oh, yeah, she's great. She does great work for y'all, for the channel, and for FNT and everything. And she's just a lot of fun to hang out with.
She
Um,
is. She can freaking kick it back. I love it. Oh my gosh. There's so many greens in the chat, by the way. Hello. Hello. Also,
that's so
Max, I'm
awesome.
going to show you my stick that for the frame. And
Ooh,
you'll see why. It's like ugly wood.
ugly wood. No
Yeah.
one wants ugly wood.
No. I mean,
We can all attest to that.
it's straight, which is, I'm kidding.
Straight wood, straight wood, but ugly wood.
We straight in many ways. Yeah,
You're
see?
right. It looks
It
like
looks
just a
so
regular piece of
random.
pine wood. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna stain it black or paint it black just to kind of match the color on the outside.
Yeah. No, that will look so much better. Your piece of wood will look much better black.
I've always wanted black wood for my Star Wars painting. Sorry, honey.
Yeah.
Poor Mark. I can just see his face going.
He's
Bunny.
like, oh my lord. Is there such thing as Italian wood? Canadian wood?
I probably there,
Sure. Why
there's
not?
there's Italian sausage.
Yeah. Italian stallion. He doesn't get that name for nothing.
Uh-huh. And I mean, Italian food is so good. Cheese,
That is
pasta.
true.
Oh.
Is would you say that Italian food is your favorite? Like if you guys were going out to an anniversary dinner or something, where would you want to eat?
Ooh, sushi or Italian, I think.
Ooh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
What
those
what
are my
what do you
tops.
what do you go down on with the old sushi? Just classic rolls, or do you like to
A
get some
little of
wild?
everything. A little of everything. Rolls, sashimi, the maki. Um, I don't know why people like the sushi burritos. That's kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hold sushi in my hand, but to each their own. I like
I think
using the
isn't the
chop.
classic way of eating sushi with your hands? No, I thought
I
it
just don't
was.
want to get my hands dirty.
Yeah.
And if I for some reason can't wash my hands, I'm not totally gross by just using cutlery.
Um, would chopsticks be considered cutlery?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I put them in my cutlery drawer.
Okay.
But when you buy the
So,
the the little insert for holding your cutlery, they don't have the space for it, so I make like a extra little holder to hold the
yeah,
chopsticks.
for the chopsticks.
Or you can use the knife portion if you want, if you don't use knives often, like the butter knives.
Yeah. Speaking of wood and yeah, I'll say
Speaking of
speaking of
wood.
because our conversation, yeah, earlier of wood. Hail to Josh and good morning. Thank you for being here, brother.
Josh, your wood is here. Or at least that's
His
how
wood
Max put
is
it.
here. Yeah. Josh, what's your favorite type of wood? Um,
Gay.
he says,
What
Josh says, wow, X-ray, wow.
did I say?
Queerphobe. He goes, queerphobe over here with her straight wood. I shake my head.
It's not that. That if I wanted to have fun times, I can't go to Gay Wood and have a fun time.
Yeah, there's no fun times with gay wood if you have straight
Yeah,
wood.
I feel like I would repulse you if I like hit on you, Josh. Your wood would become a mangina.
He's like, no, 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 thank you, no, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Gaywood don't want anything with me.
Oh, that's funny. Uh, and we also have Cajun Corey. Good morning, sir, and Keely Chow. Good
Hi,
morning to all you
Keely.
guys.
Hi,
Thanks for being
Alex.
here.
Hal, Elsid. There's so many people here. I love it. Do you enjoy these
Yeah,
mornings, peoples? It's random. It's not random anymore.
yeah. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this stuff. And I was gonna say if our lovely Tugs was into crafting, we could have her on for her birthday.
I feel like she is, but it's specific type of crafting, and I don't
Yeah,
think regular visits is a thing for her. Like I've never heard her
yeah,
want to do like painting or um artsy. Like she loves like the DIY home or organizational stuff, which is technically crafting too, in my opinion. Um,
yeah.
but I don't
But
think
it's
she's
tough to
like,
kind of film that. Yeah.
yeah. Well, there's those TikTok influencers that do the organizational stuff, and oh, I love watching it.
Is it soothing? Is it kind of like
It is
ASMR?
so soothing because then you might find out some things to help organize your room and whatnot. So, uh,
Some life hacks
life
to help
hacks.
out with?
Exactly, exactly. And hey,
Yeah.
who doesn't want a more organized house?
That's very true. Yeah, will efficiency and effectiveness of a household will, I think, actually make it more cozy because everything has its place. Nothing is like chaotic. Everything looks really nice and organized, and I like that. I like that look.
Also, to
Um,
be fair, you are probably one of the cleanest dudes I've ever met.
yes, that's true.
Like, I don't make my bed every morning. Sir Max does.
Yeah,
Wait, is Kara
yeah.
live? Kara, where are you? I see her
Yeah,
stream live.
I just saw her start stream come up, so.
I'm not loved enough.
Oh,
Oh wait, we're not loved enough.
that's
Nah,
okay.
she was running late chat in case y'all didn't know. She will be here soon. Will
You
be here soon.
shall be here, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, well, yeah, no, I'm glad that you guys are gonna be doing that Wisconsin meetup. That sounds fun.
it is. Oh my gosh, I've never been there. Have you?
No, actually. Yeah, those no those northern territories, I haven't really visited that much. I don't really know too many people up there.
It's
But
cold right now. I have my fireplace going because it was freezing this morning when I woke up.
ooh, that sounds so cozy. I love that.
Uh-huh. Well, this is so that Mark can be in his room. Like, I don't know what's up, but his room has like really good ventilation, so it's always either the coldest or the hottest room in the house. So I didn't want him to suffer, so I just turned the fireplace on instead for
Nice.
myself. 'Cause, yeah, it was freezing this morning waking up. Ugh.
I love that feeling. Um, Josh says, if you hit on me, X-Ray, I would giggle. That's good. Um,
Okay, I'm glad.
what if I hit on you, Josh? I mean, I hit
He
on
would
you all the
probably
time,
get
but like
his gay boner up.
his gay wood.
His gay would be like flying up real high.
Yeah, from 6 to midnight. That's what we always say. Um, hail to Odega. What's up, brother? And Raphael. Uh, says I was looking for a hobby and went to this store in Pasadena that sells this type of stuff. There were some kids playing some type of game. I stayed and looked for a bit, and I didn't get it. I went across the street to Comics Factory and started collecting comics. Wow, look at that, man. I think with some of these games like Warhammer,
There's so many
I think it's
rules.
tough to, yeah, it's really tough to get into the strategy game. You really have to make it a passion project. But for the hobby itself,
Yeah,
you spend an hour, maybe 2 hours a day, sometimes even 30 minutes, and in a month you can have
a full
a
army.
squad or an army.
I
Yeah.
mean, my army's pretty
So
much done. I just need my tank painted.
that's right. Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't take long, and it seems like a lot of work to prep for it, which it is. Getting the paints, understanding how to paint, understanding how to prime.
Hmm.
You will make mistakes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Even Mr. Max, he has been making mistakes even at this point in his like painting and
I make mistakes every single time I do a stream. I go, I wet my paints down too much or too little, or paint over something I shouldn't have, or yeah. So it's what does Gary say? Progress, not perfection.
yeah, he's been saying that his whole life. I love it.
Yep. Yep.
I feel like being a trying to strive for perfection is impossible, and I mean that's one thing you can learn. Like you have to make so many mistakes to get to the point where you are now. Mistakes are a good thing; they're a learning lesson,
Absolutely.
even
And
though it sucks at the time.
yeah, yeah. I don't know why, but I've been like whether it's like at night, like late at night, or I'll just be kind of zoning out and like, in the car or something. But I've had so many like recent images or like thoughts of
Hmm.
all the like embarrassing ridiculous things I've done in my life where I go, "Oh God, why am I remembering this?" Like
Hmm.
mistakes or like I said, embarrassing like
Moments.
mess ups. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm getting older and I'm trying to like my subconscious mind is trying to say like, "Hey, remember this? Maybe not do that."
It
But
it's reflecting without
yeah, there you go.
trying. There you go. Yeah. I mean, those Facebook posts or like Twitter posts when they're like, would you take the blue pill and get $10 million, or would you go take the red pill and go back to being 6 years old and knowing all the information you have now? My immediate thought is I'm not gonna take that red pill because even if I go back with all my knowledge, I'm still gonna make mistakes. And then the life that I had, I might not even have it because I made the wrong choices based on the things I
Yeah,
learned. I'd rather take the 10
absolutely.
mil.
Oh yeah, 10 mil every time. I agree wholeheartedly with you because even with almost all the mistakes I've made, there's so many things that I'm grateful for now that because those mistakes lead us to where we're supposed to be to give us,
Hmm.
light, purpose and meaning. And if we try and redo it, who knows, maybe we could be in a worse situation than we're,
Yeah, because you had that
you
knowledge and
know.
you tried to make like butterfly effect it into something worse.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, and I think even people who aren't very spiritual have a belief of, you know, um, everything happens for a reason and you are here for a reason. You're put in this position for a reason. Um, so yeah, I think the 10 mil is a good bet.
It's a good bet, you know?
What would you do with what would be the first thing you do with the 10 mil?
Oh my goodness. Pay off my house. Uh,
Good call.
I probably I probably still try to do the right thing in terms of like my car instead of just trading it in, because trading it in is actually like one of the worst things you can do because they mark it up and you're losing out on a pretty big sale to do a private sale.
Mm,
But anyways, sell my car. I'll probably end up giving my brother an even larger split than I had like initially was gonna give him because he lives in the main city and it's easier to sell the car to someone who lives in a more dense area than the rural area.
yeah.
And then we'd get a hybrid car, Mark and I, and then we'd still do the things that we're doing. We'd probably actually end up renovating both our bathrooms and just staying here. And then I'd get cleaning service again. I I miss my cleaner.
Oh. It's honestly, it is super nice having someone.
Oh,
I have someone come and clean the apartment once every 2 months probably, and just
wow.
do like a deep clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Um,
worth
and
it.
it's
It's
nice.
worth it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And what else would I do? Oh, my brothers would be set up. Mark, he can just literally quit the army, not have to do the leave he was planning on doing. Uh, huh. What else would we do? I sound so like non-adventurous right now.
No, I think these are all smart decisions. Would you
Oh, my dad, I'd buy
like
him
this?
an apartment down the road.
Oh, there you go.
That would be
I was
my
gonna
big
say, would
purchase,
you?
and my house. Those two.
Well, those would be huge investments. I think a lot of people would say like, "Oh, well, I would invest it, I'd put some of the money into the bank or I'd invest it in here, whatever." But by purchasing
No,
that
Xray
property,
Girl has to come and live next door to me.
Oh yeah,
oh,
I
that's
would have a. Oh yeah,
right.
that's the thing. I would
Yeah.
have a actual home, in the States. I'd buy it, and you know what I'd end up doing if that's actually not too bad. I would hire a cleaning service and then have the Kara. When I'm not here, can you make sure like things are good? I'll pay you the maintenance fee per month to deal with stuff for me. Hopefully that's not too bad
Mm.
to deal with stuff because if I'm
Oh,
not
you
there,
have to live there full time.
I can't live there full time. I don't have a green card.
I told you you can marry me. It's fine. We'll make it work.
Oh my
Sounds
goodness.
sounds it sounds like a flawless plan. I see
A
nothing
full.
wrong with this
Well,
whatsoever.
the
Exactly.
only person
See,
that
Max gets it.
we need Mark to seem more chit chatty with your husband. You know, that needs to seem believable to the government. Mark
Yeah.
has to turn his straight wood into gay wood. We were
Just
talking
start
earlier.
putting pride flags in his bio. He'll be fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh. Well, before I tell this story, good morning, Kara.
Good
Yes. Good
morning,
morning. Oh
guys.
my gosh.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry I'm late.
No, it's all good.
My bed was just really comfortable this morning,
Mm, that
It's
sounds
and
all
uh
good.
I
Oh,
that
was
sounds
very
I
lovely.
meant to
tired.
ask. You have to send me which bed you have because I was actually looking on Sleep Number
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, They will deliver to Canada, but I have to order it from the States. So this is a possible investment I might make depending on how things go. Maybe if I take the 10 million.
Hey, there you go.
We got the I-9, I think is what it's called.
I-9.
It's like a special edition one.
Okay.
Let's see. Sleep number.
Because there's a bunch of one with the in-app capabilities that sound like the ones that you have.
Yes, all of them have that.
Oh, so I don't have to get like the fanciest of the fancy, because there's one that's like 9K that I'm like, oh, and that's in US dollars too.
Yeah, I wanted that one, but that's too much. I think the one that we got was like 3.
Okay.
3K.
Okay.
Let me see.
So I was surprised by this number, but there's a woman who works in my dad's office, and she's lovely. And for her birthday, we were going to try and get her something nice because she does so much great work. And so I asked her, I was like, what is it that you would really want? Like, what's something that you have your eye on? And she said, a Dyson. And I was like, oh, like a Dyson vacuum. And she goes, oh, no, like a Dyson hair curler. I
Oh,
was
Oh
like,
yeah, they look
oh.
cool.
Those are like
They're
$500.
expensive.
So I go, oh yeah, like, a Dyson hair curler. Okay, like, what are we talking? Like $50 here, So
No.
I check on Amazon and I go, holy shit, this thing is $500.
It's a
I
really nice
was
gift if you get it for her.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
man, I mean, talk about beds and like bed pricing. Like you could get a bed for $500, let alone a hair curler. But
Yeah.
so yeah, the stuff that you ladies do for
Beauty.
beauty, it's pretty incredible, I gotta say.
Yeah.
You don't need
Okay, so
it,
the
but I
bed
want it.
that I got is the ILE.
ILE.
Yeah. It's currently on there for 5,500, but we got ours on sale
Oh,
for
okay.
Labor Day.
Okay, so we just wait then.
Yeah.
Ooh, Black Friday.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
And
sorry,
that's
shoot, I didn't
just
mean
for
to
the
be.
mattress. That's not including the base.
Oh, there's a base that you have to buy too.
You don't have to buy the base. We already had an adjustable base for our Tempur-Pedic, but it's just there as an option.
Interesting. So we might have to buy a new frame as well then.
So are you doing like a queen or a king?
King.
Oh, king is 6,100. So
It's pricey.
yeah.
That's why I was like, ooh, and a base, but I mean, if it
You don't have to use the base. We really don't use our base a whole lot.
I mean, I haven't bought a
Kara,
new bed for like since 2015, so it's been almost 10 years.
That's the same age that our bed was.
Kara, can y'all get away with a queen just because of how tiny you are?
Yes.
But your husband is so
There's
big.
I was gonna
yeah.
say.
That's because I only take up like a third of the bed.
Oh, but then Gus tries to get on it. It's like, oh
Oh
boy.
no, but Gus
Gus
isn't a bed dog. He has his bed at the end of our bed. So
Smart.
You know,
Good boy.
I have tiny dogs and they basically take up the size of a human. I don't understand it.
yeah,
Yeah, they create space. They are too
they
funny.
manifest it.
Yep.
They
Yep.
manifest.
Jojo basically sleeps in the middle because it's the most protected and warm spot. And she's the smallest dog, yet she takes the most room.
Yeah.
By the way, Cajun Corey, thank you for the $4.99 super chat that just says boobs.
Ooh.
Mm.
Are your
I
boobs
have
showing or something, sir? Or lady?
Oh, no. Actually, my husband just gave me shit because I just threw a hoodie over my pajamas.
Oh.
So
I love
He's
he's like,
like-
that's cheating
How is it cheating?
because I didn't actually get ready for stream.
Oh. Yeah. We're lazy.
Yeah. And it is either that or show boobs. So,
I mean, I'm sure he's
hoodie.
fine with you showing boobs because he
Yeah,
gets to
he
see
doesn't
them
care.
boobs.
Exactly. Yeah, he doesn't care. He's like, you got enough. Share the love.
Share the love.
What a kind and giving man.
The
He is.
audience,
He's a very generous husband.
the
And not
audience
just
Generous.
for
needs to
me.
know.
Yeah.
Um, it is speaking of boobs, it is so funny how an entire generation of men can essentially be fine with doxing because someone has boobs because the whole sniper wolf situation. I don't know if you guys have been following that at all,
A
Yes.
little
By the way,
bit.
but
you almost made coffee come out of my nose, and I don't appreciate that.
Like snorting?
oh
You were about
look,
to snort?
because I said boobs, because I said
Yes,
speaking of boobs.
speaking of boobs, as I was taking a drink of coffee.
I could always talk about boobs. Come on, Kara,
No,
you know
you
this.
basically you
I
say
know, I
boobs
know.
and Max appears. Huh?
It is.
What? That's the Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
The Beetlejuice
Yes,
in him. Boobs, boobs,
because
boobs. Max.
it is my magic power. I can sense it.
You
My
can.
booby senses are tingling.
Yes, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking of wood, that's normally when I go, oh yeah, there's probably boobs around somewhere.
Oh my
You know
god.
how like Spider-Man gets like his spidey senses
Mm-hmm.
and he's
His
like,
Mm-hmm.
Peter
oh
Tingle.
yeah,
Is
yeah, yeah.
Peter Tingle?
Same thing with me, but just downstairs.
Oh my god. God,
I'm
it must be tingling all the time then.
kidding.
How do you handle
No,
all that
no.
action?
I
Oh,
wish
God.
it happened all the time, but no, that's not the case. Maybe in Tennessee, yes, absolutely. In California, no, not at all.
You'd have to be careful who you end up like hitting on in California. You never know if they're actually like a man
You
or a
never
woman.
know.
You never know.
I
That's
s
the risk.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's getting real. They're getting real good at it. It's tough
Yeah,
to tell.
they're traps for a reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I just got called a potato, and
Oh,
I don't disagree with that.
You were called. Who are you called a potato by?
Illyrial in my Twitch chat. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw, but Twitch has lifted the restrictions
Oh, you're
on
dual
multi-streaming.
streaming.
Yes.
Ooh,
ooh, that's a big win for them, I
because
think.
they're losing people
Yeah.
based on that stupid policy.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah. Losing money, losing creators.
Mm-hmm. So it was dumb in the first place. Like it was so stupid. And the more
Yeah.
you're like affiliated with like the partnership and all, the worse it gets. And I saw Camelot when I was on stream. He was chatting about how apparently the Twitch CEO, he started swimming or
And
streaming, and he couldn't get partnership. They
Oh
denied
my
him the
my
God.
first
God.
time.
That's
Oh my God.
freaking hilarious.
That's so funny.
And well, because I don't think they knew it was him either, because I'm sure he could just say a word and he gets it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
uh, every person I've ever known that has tried to become a Twitch partner, they usually get denied the first time. And
Yeah.
apparently, it's a very common thing that like they try to make it exclusive, and they'll deny you, and then they'll try to see what your social media is and how you react to it if you get mad.
Well, I mean, think about how many people, especially for YouTube as well, but like how many people are actually streaming on Twitch or have a Twitch channel that they're like streaming to maybe one person. You have millions, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that are trying to stream to this platform. So by denying them the first time probably gives you a better idea of like who wants to actually be there, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I guess kind of weeding out um, the actual streamers from people who are just like, I don't know, not really focused or interested in it. But
I mean, but even if I
uh,
think that like if everyone says that they get denied right away, I think that says something or is a problem to the way they run the program.
Mm.
Because
Well, it also doesn't help that the Twitch CEO looks like the Crypt Keeper, and
Oh, but I like that.
you like
I
that?
think I'd rather a dirty hippie rather than some like
The deer lady?
CEO, than like a CEO
oh,
looking
like a
motherfucker who knows
clean
nothing
and
about Twitch.
right, like a clean and polished businessman type.
Yeah, I'd rather somebody who's actually like in like trying to do it and trying to be involved in it. And that's
Oh,
one thing I really respect about Dan Clancy is that he's actually like he's in it. He's not
Okay.
just he's not just a suit and tie trying to make money. He's
Yeah.
actually out there trying to stream as well and trying to learn the ropes and trying to meet the community. Like I saw him out to lunch or he went out to In and Out with some of my friends at TwitchCon this weekend.
Oh
oh,
wow.
So
Nice.
like he's in it.
That's
that's a
super
lot more
interesting.
respectable than some of the people that were out there for sure.
And so that's one thing I really respect about him is he's listening, he's looking like he's really like in the trenches to try and see what works best.
It'll be
Because I was gonna
interesting
say,
for sure. Is he
oh, go
new?
ahead.
Is he new? Like Twitch
Yeah,
stream?
he's new within the last like year or so, I believe.
Oh, hopefully it improves because Twitch has gone steadily downhill since like I started because it was fun at the
Yeah.
Yeah.
time, but then they keep changing the rules and then
Ever since Amazon took over, it has gone downhill. Because I
Mm.
started like I was on Twitch before Amazon acquired it. And
mm,
it really went more geared towards profits rather than the creator and providing features for the creator than anything.
well, and that's the reason I wanted to stream on Twitch was the interactivity for the creators with the audience that is in your chat. Like you can do so much with Twitch, but it felt too much and like the corporatization and DEI stuff felt like very prominent
Mm-hmm.
with their practices.
It feels
Unfortunately.
like everything Bezos touches that isn't business related just turns to crap. Like you look at every creative decision made. I mean, granted, you do have some really good shows like Reacher and
Mm.
what was that one with Chris Pratt? Uh,
Terminalist.
Terminalist. Thank you so much. But I mean, like Rings of Power and Wheel of Time are some of the worst products to come out, and if we're excluding Disney from the conversation. Um, so yeah, anything really creatively based, I feel like Bezos just has no clue what's going on. But when it comes to business decisions and running the actual platform of Amazon, I think he does a great job. Um, but yeah, he should not be involved in creative decisions anymore,
Well,
whether
it's
it's
because
Twitch or
he's not a
entertainment or
creative
anything.
himself.
Correct, yeah. And he doesn't, because normally if you're a businessman, you know how to hire people or who to hire. And that should be one of your skills is to be like, I know I'm not a creative, so I'm going to hire these creative talents to take over. And if you can't do that, then you're kind of,
It's your job. That's your number one job as a CEO. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's what like Eric is doing is like
Yeah.
but he is a creative, but he's also bringing in people who know the industry and
right.
know what they're doing to try and make the best out of Riververse.
And that's your job as a CEO. If you can't do it, you have to defer someone to do their expertise, and hopefully you find the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Gosh, I don't like being a boss, so let the bosses do
You don't
their
like
thing.
being a girl boss, X-Ray?
I mean, I like being a girl and I like being the boss of myself. Does that
You
count?
like being the boss of Mark.
Oh,
Mm.
well, sometimes it's a little bit of both, okay?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Mark, where are the handcuffs?
I can just see him saying, okay, never mind.
You're like, I'm gonna say something
I
and I'm gonna
can't say
regret
something. I can't say it. Foot and mouth situation. I ain't no
Oh,
Jada
chat,
Pinkett.
I am paying attention to you. Thank you very much. I'm
Oh.
just focused and talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know this. Amazon started off with books because they were easy to sort and categorize. Actually, I had no
Yep.
idea. No
Did
idea
you
at all.
know that another fun fact, we learned this in one of our classes the other night. Amazon was actually going to be called, well, Bezos's first name for the company was going to be Relentless. So it was going to be a book company, selling books online, but he had the name, the domain name for the website called Relentless. And he asked his friends, he was like, so I'm going to do this book thing. And they're like, Relentless sounds pretty aggressive, my dude. Like, it sounds like you're running a gym or something, Like,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
don't do Relentless for books. And so, sure enough, Amazon came up. But yeah, I mean, think about, would anyone be buying books from a website called Relentless? I don't know.
I
I
don't
think if
know.
he did like a good job on the creative aspect, making sure he had good books,
Mm-hmm.
maybe,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
cheap, but who knows
Mm.
where life would
It
be.
just says Relentless would have made the dystopia even more apparent.
Oh
Mm.
my gosh, that's true. That's true.
Yep.
Gosh. Yeah,
So
life is so much easier
I
with
need,
Amazon though, I will say.
Yes, I agree.
yes. So do you guys want to hear a funny
No.
story we were talking about? Oh, okay, never mind then.
Wow, Kara! Hardcore this morning.
I love spicy potato Kara this morning.
Tater Kara is crazy.
Tater.
Spice. I just got called a spicy potato.
Spicy
And
potato. Spicy
and
potato.
I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Which is
now
funny
I want
because
some I really want to like go make up some like potatoes, like some chopped up potatoes with like some smoked paprika and stuff on them.
ooh,
That
Ooh.
sounds so delicious.
You should do
uh,
that for lunch.
well, I was gonna say it's breakfast time, so maybe you could do some like hash browns with some peppers or something in there.
Ooh. That sounds
Uh,
nice.
That does sound good.
but I know that we were talking about gay wood earlier. To bring it back to
Wow, you have like gay wood on the mind, I think.
I guess I do. Maybe it's just because Josh is in the chat, and I'm just like, I
Oh,
can't
Josh,
can't get my mind
it's
off of it.
relentless at this point.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of relentless, yeah. Um, so I've been talking to a girl at my
Oh?
gym,
Oh?
Oh, oh,
and
Uh-huh.
uh, and like I'll see her. I've probably seen her for maybe like the past, I don't know, 2 months in there, and I'll just come up and been like, hey, like I think the conversation started with like, hey, that's a cool tattoo or whatever. And I didn't get the, oh, I have a boyfriend. So I was like, okay, all right, we're off to a good start. I didn't get the I have a boyfriend. Uh so then I would just go like, oh, what are you training today, or what are you working out at the gym today, or whatever.
Small talk, okay.
Yeah, just like some simple, super
not
innocent small talk.
not anything that's just like, man, your ass looks great in those shorts,
But did they?
or
Did they?
did they?
I mean, they did, but
Ah!
I hope
or
she's in
else,
the chat.
oh
She's
God.
probably blushing so much right now. We're
Well, I
horrible.
wouldn't I wouldn't say any. I wouldn't. I mean, of course, I. Never mind. She. Yeah, you're at the gym. You're there to get your assets on. So,
Uh-huh. What assets were you getting on?
Oh, I train everything. As a guy, you can't neglect. You got to do legs. You got to do shoulders and chest and arms and all
Gotta
that
be all
back and all that good
around.
stuff.
Okay, but
Yep.
that day, what were you working on?
Oh well, I mean, she comes in at different times during the day, and like sometimes I'm about to leave while she's coming in, so it just depends. But I think most most of the time that we have the same schedules when I'm training like shoulders. Um, but
Uh-huh.
all this being said, she trains with her friend, who's another girl. So I started to talk to both of them, and kind of got to know them, and they're super cool and they seem really nice and kind. Um, this week, I finally was like, you know what? No more, pooping around. I'm gonna actually like ask her for a number, or ask her for her Instagram first, and then we can talk
No,
through
don't
there.
Instagram. Don't do that.
Oh, well, it's
Why
already
is that?
done. It's already done.
Well, it's a good thing that I asked for her Instagram because the twist of the story is that they're lesbians. So another L for old Maxi boy over here.
No! No! Are you sure
So
they're
yeah.
lesbians and not like, like, were they kissing in the photos?
They have pride flags in their bio, and they were
Oh,
making out on
okay.
vacation. So
Aww. Someone play the sad violin for
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I need my screen to go black and white, and then to just slowly zoom in while they play the violin. Yeah.
I'm sorry to laugh this hard.
No,
I love you so much, Max.
I was laughing too because I was like, oh, well, that's just my luck.
just your luck. Oh no. Oh,
My coffee's almost gone. I need more coffee.
that sucks.
So yeah, just another fun story in the life of Max here in
This is
California.
what happens in California. The one girl who you're like, oh, maybe.
Right? Yeah.
Honey.
She seemed cool, and like it didn't I should have probably read the room more because I was like, okay, they trained together, her and her friend trained together, but I didn't automatically just want to be like, oh, they're gay. It's like I wanted to at least get to know them a little bit, and they're still really cool. I mean, I'll still talk to them, and it's not like uh, I'm still gonna see them at the gym, and they seem like great people. But yeah, I got what's funny is I'm wondering if she would have been like, "Oh, sorry, I have a girlfriend."
Or, we've been looking for a third.
Oh my lord.
Max, what would you do if that
Would
came
you?
up?
Oh God, that's the question. Is like every guy's dream, right? There's a part of me that says yes, absolutely, but when it came down to like the time to like actually perform, there's a lot of pressure, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah?
I think I think ultimately, knowing myself, I'd say yes, but
Knowing me, well, she was
I would
hot,
have to
clearly.
amp myself up. But I don't think lesbians want to they don't want that. They don't
Well,
want the
I mean,
unit.
someone could be bi, or they both could be bi. You
Maybe.
never know.
Is there a bi flag, or is that part of the
It's
pride
part of
flag?
pride.
Okay.
No, God, we got his mind turning now.
I can change her.
Andrew says women are crazy. Any dude who thinks he can handle more than one is even more crazy.
Well, you're only handling more than one for like an hour or so. I think that's different from dating more than one.
And if
That's
it's like,
true.
and because they're kind of into each other, you would have some help, right, from the other one.
Exactly.
If you need
So
a
it wouldn't just
break,
be
yeah.
solely on you. You need a break.
It's just too
You need to
much.
get some water. I'll be right back. I need a Gatorade.
Oh gosh.
Uh, yeah, no. So, I mean, just a funny story. It's ultimately innocent. Uh, it's not going to go any farther than just seeing each other at the gym, which is fine. It's not a big deal. But
Maybe
But
they're
you can still
super cool.
admire,
Yeah.
even if you know that she's not gonna want the D.
yeah, yeah, and I think I don't know, this is a good question for you guys. Do you think it could be normalized for men to give compliments that aren't sexualized to women? Like, so if a guy comes up to you at a coffee shop and he goes, "Hey, like I'm not trying to hit on you or anything, I just think you're absolutely gorgeous, and I just wanted to affirm you or give you like a compliment or something." Now, normally guys are not doing that now because women get a
In a tizzy.
lot of attention, and they can also get very upset by this and potentially call it harassment or, attacks and stuff like that. But I really do, like, I genuinely will see someone and go, I'm not necessarily attracted to them like in that way, but I think they're so attractive that I would probably say that would be my compliment, right? But it just, I don't
I
know,
think
it
that's
feels
perfectly
odd.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think complimenting somebody, if it's genuine and like not sexualized or anything, I think that's perfectly fine. Honestly, I do it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I like yeah, I think it's perfectly fine, and I think it's something that we should normalize. That way people
Yeah.
aren't jumping to conclusions if somebody is paying them a compliment and being
right.
like, "Oh, you just want to sleep with me."
Or even
It's like,
just, it's not
"No,
even just a compliment, it's talking to people. You
yeah.
approach, don't automatically think you're the hottest stuff ever, okay?
Yeah."
It's a
Ooh,
problem.
this
And
is,
I think that's
oh, go ahead.
important.
This is super interesting. Josh says, I lived with two lesbians and they both didn't mind having a dude on occasion.
Oh.
Well, and
Interesting.
I will say this, every lesbian couple uses some sort of phallic object to get
They
off.
have to, right? Yeah, you can't not have
So,
something like that.
uh,
Um,
thank you, Josh, for telling us about the secrets of the lesbians.
yes, thank you. He says, according to them, it was strictly a physical thing and they had no romantic leanings towards men. Interesting. All
There you
right.
go,
Well,
Max. You ready to be a
wish,
third?
wish me luck. Wish me luck,
I
guys.
better
I'll
hear a
report
story
back.
about this soon.
I'd be a changed man. I'd come back with a mustache and nothing
Oh my
else, and
god.
just like start rocking a mustache. You guys
Yeah.
would be like, Max, you've changed. I become like super cocky and arrogant.
I don't see
What did you
that
do this weekend?
ever.
Two chicks at once?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Two girls, one Max.
Oh boy,
Word.
wouldn't that be something?
But yeah.
Good morning, chat. Hello, everybody. Yes, don't you love these just amazing uh talks that we have on our Sunday
So
mornings? It makes me
enlightening.
so happy.
Conversations, yeah.
Yeah, so Andrew says you don't even have to say not trying to hit on you or anything. Just make it a simple, genuine compliment. Like, I really like what you did with your hair, or I love your smile outfit, etc. I mean, my husband does that for women, like about like their hair and stuff. Like, I think it's perfectly fine. I have absolutely no issues with it.
Yeah, a compliment
I,
doesn't mean you're hitting. Although Ron says that you're
no.
hitting on complimenting is on a woman is totally hitting on them. But what's wrong with that? You can say nice things. I mean,
Um, I don't know if it's necessarily hitting on, because hitting on them means that you want to sleep with them, right? Or
You
like
have
you're,
some sort of lustful intention.
yes,
attraction. Yeah.
it's all the intention behind
Hmm.
the compliment. And
Yes.
if the intention is by saying this, I will, get with this girl, that's totally different than by saying this, I just want to recognize that she has, I don't know, that she's
Her hair looks nice
beautiful or
Div
today.
her
human
hair looks
being.
nice or her,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. My favorite at the hospital when I worked with like a lot of people when I wear makeup versus no not wear makeup, the guys would be like, "You look so pretty today." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. I'm wearing makeup, so I appreciate that you notice the effort."
Oh,
No,
Question for you.
and that's the thing is like you have to take a compliment like that, like even though it's a bit of a you're wearing makeup so you look prettier. I'm like, that's the point.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper.
That is the point
did
of
you
wearing makeup.
guys did you guys
Don't
cover this
fight
on
me.
Poor Choices, or was this maybe a Twitter post? But there was that woman who complimented the black lady on her hair,
Oh, that was
and she was like,
me.
"You always," yeah, and
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh, you always have the most beautiful hair," and she's like, "I'd prefer if you didn't talk to me like that."
It's a
And I'm like, "What
microaggression,
the
apparently.
fuck?" Yeah.
I will
See,
always say
I
this
do
to
have one
black
more
women.
question for stream. So we're talking about how are we saying it? Complimenting a woman without it being sexualized, and how we need to kind of make it more common. And I said, like,
yeah.
you do it all the time for women. I think it's perfectly fine, and I think you should keep doing it. Like yesterday, you said to that woman, you're like, "I like your shirt."
Because I liked your shirt.
Exactly, but you weren't trying to hit on her.
Yeah, but part of the problem is that a lot of women think that you're hitting on them when you're not.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why we need to make it more common. That way, not like it just. I personally think we should just make it more common. That way, if you're trying to be nice to somebody out in public, it's not an instant. Hi, sir. Hi, Gus. It's not a kind of like instant, like
Recoil.
trying to make a move.
I don't think it's the compliments. I think it's
It's the people who are trained to think that any nicety is sexualized.
in time there's guys that will. No, it's kind of double edged because if women were to do that randomly, say nice things to guys or compliment guys, well, for one, it rarely happens, but then it sticks in our head for a long time. And
Mhm.
It does.
think back to it, it's happy, but at the same time, some guys will take that compliment thinking, "Oh, she likes me and wants to have sex with me," and then they'll pursue. So I don't know. That's a tough one, but I think it's all kind of about how the tone when you give someone a compliment. If you stand around and keep giving a compliment, then that kind of makes you creepy. But if you just kind of say it in passing, or like, "Hey, I really like that shirt," or "Hey, you look awesome," and then you just kind of keep walking. I think a lot of it's in the tone, and then you also got to think about the situation too. Where are you when you're giving the compliment? So,
Got a good head on that shoulders.
And that's there's so many things that you have to think about, and so many things to be like socially aware of, right? Like he was saying, where you are, what the context is, who
Yeah.
you're with, and who she's
What
with, and
time of
how you
day?
say it. Yeah, like there's so many things to consider, and it's all good. It's all, those
Yeah.
are all good points. I think it's overcompassed in the kind of situational and social awareness thing.
Yeah. For me, I always love like black women's hair because it always smells so good. I love the coconut
Mm.
oil when they use it. Oh, but I mean, whatever. It's hard to deal
Yeah.
with black women hair. I totally get that.
I couldn't do it.
Nope.
I like seriously like, and I've cut like black men's hair, and it always smells good, but it's just so coarse, and I can like it's just so
Hard
difficult to manage.
style. Like
Yeah.
straightening your hair is like hours.
Oh wow.
Like me, it's like 5 minutes
Yeah.
for any black hair. Just to even do, you have to do what, like 10 passes almost?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I never did. Whenever I was doing hair, I never did any black women's hair because I wasn't trained in it and I didn't feel comfortable doing it. Now, whenever I was doing men's hair, I had a man that would come in every 2 weeks um, to help me practice
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's cool. That's
on
awesome.
his hair. Yeah, and he was so sweet. He was so like, and I would always like give him a discount because he was like, okay, so, like he was kind of like, okay, so you see this part here, this part typically grows this way or it goes this way. He's like, and probably the best way to like he would kind of teach me while I was doing hair. And this is like 8 years into me doing hair.
Wow.
So I was like, yeah, you're awesome. Um, and I think those are the interactions that we need to have more instead of just like, oh, you don't know how to do this, so you're racist. Just like, no,
No.
teach me.
Well, it's hard to
Like,
learn.
teach me.
Especially
Yeah.
if you come from an area that doesn't do it often or like the patrons don't come in.
Uh-huh.
So you can't be mad at people for not being able to experience everything in the world. Can I be mad that you don't know how to use chopsticks? Like, can I call that racism? No.
Yeah, I think a lot of individuals will say, "Oh, well, it's on you to lecture or it's on you to learn my history or learn my background and all this stuff." But if the individuals that are saying that also help us to learn about their culture or their environment or like you're saying, Kara, this guy was open and honest to being like, hey, absolutely, I'll help you because by helping you, I'm going to help a ton of other guys get their haircuts.
Including
Something as
myself.
simple as that, including myself. I'm going to get that discount, right? So like, it's helping everyone,
Situation.
and yeah, it just seems really self-centered and kind of I don't know, just conceited to be like, oh well, it's on you to do all this stuff, and but all we want is like, hey, well, I don't mind doing the work, but you could help out too. I mean,
Yeah.
The
it's
resources that are unbiased, or at least put in the effort to help me, and I will be more receptive to it.
oh, absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's a race thing. I think that's a human thing. Like
Yeah.
humans helping other humans should be a common trait, and yet it just
But
I
seems
it's
to not
not.
be.
completely agree.
But like even saying that you should do that, like as if you are demanding this mutual respect or like respect to me based on a history that I never even lived in, I think, or they lived in, I think is also another thing. Like it feels weird when it is a past experience. Like I could say so much stuff and be like, my parents went through the Vietnam War and blah 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 blah. You need to put respect on my name. But like, no, I'm not gonna do that. That's so silly.
Um,
Yeah,
It's something I never personally experienced. I don't demand people to know that.
yeah. And it's tough because they lived through that, but you didn't live through that. And well, maybe you lived through the aftermath of that. But everyone is going to experience things differently. Even if they're the same, like I've been to Baghdad and maybe someone else has been to Baghdad. Those two experiences could be drastically different. So
Mhm.
to say that we are the same people and that you should respect both of us equally because we both blah blah blah. It's like, no, each human being is totally different, and to learn
mhm.
more about that individual is so interesting. And so
Mhm.
it's almost patronizing to treat everyone like, oh, we've all had the same experiences because it's.
Not true.
I think the human experience is the thing that we can all agree that we've experienced, which is, being a human is tough. There are a lot of things that are really tough
So
in life.
intricate.
And we all go through different things and little nuances that we all deal with, but
Yeah.
that's why we have to give each other grace.
And like for
Mhm.
me personally, like we can say like toxic males and white people and whatnot. I have
Oh,
been
well,
bullied by more people of color and women than white males in my life.
oh, come on, Xray. We all know that white cis straight males are the scum of the earth. Come on. Especially ones that look
I
like
just
me.
think
Come
it's
on.
so silly because I'm like, I'm not defending that all white people are like good people. I'm just saying, like, just at least in my life, I'm like, you can't say all people are good people. Say most people,
Yeah.
majority. But
And what's so interesting is that you really see kind of the bigotry of individuals who it's kind of like I think Carrie Smith was talking about this. I love Carrie's posts because she's
wow,
always
yeah.
very thoughtful and thought provoking and very discerning with her words and everything. But even she was saying some of the most awful, hateful, you know, bigoted things that has been said to her are from people who claim to be the most progressive and forward thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, I hate when you get or you see the messages that are like anything to do with like deletion or, you
oh yeah,
like
yeah,
if you're a good person, like you don't say those types of things to someone that you truly think are abominable.
yeah. Even my worst, like even the people that I believe are truly evil beings with like terrible intentions, um, they still deserve life. They still
Yeah.
belong on this planet. Um, so
Yeah.
now, um, yeah, because like if you were to have conversations with people in person, and look them in the eyes and go, "Oh my God, you're like actually a human being." Online, the aspect of being human completely is removed from the conversation, and I think that's why people have such an easy time saying, self-delete,
They wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to
because
say
they
that
don't
to a person, no.
in real life. No, no,
And it's
not
just
at
like
all.
one facet of what you see online. A tweet shouldn't piss you off that much.
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't.
Although I will say the videos on Twitter nowadays are horrible. I don't get pissed off. I think they're so bad I don't even go on Twitter anymore. Waiting for the war to be over.
Mm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just getting started, but
I know. I know. And this
Lady
is the
G and I were
worst.
talking about it.
Oh, I talked to Lady G, so I kind of know what's going on with that.
And
I don't know if you want to talk about
um,
it, but
I mean, uh, I won't sit too long on the point, but all that Lady G and I were talking about is basically because we're still, we're Marine Corps veterans. Um, this could be a moment in time where they call us back because of what could be potentially going on. They've already sent units over there
Mhm.
to the Middle East, so it's like, Lady G and I were just having a conversation about what that means for us as prior
I
Marines
know.
and what that means getting called back, and so yeah.
That breaks
But
my heart because it's like you left for a reason and having to do your civic duty and not get your life started. And people are saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're a horrible person." I'm like, he's literally saving you guys right now or helping out. Like
yeah,
you don't know.
yeah. I don't know, it's tough. There's a part of me that's like, you know what? I wouldn't agree if America goes back there. Um, I think we need to sit back and kind of be very discerning with our next actions. I don't think we can rush into this again like we did in 20 or 2001. But if we were to go back and my nation called upon me, absolutely I would go. I mean, it's my duty, right, as a man to protect the country. And though the intentions are probably bad, it's probably to fund more politicians and to fund the what do you call that? Industrial complex and all that good stuff, like, or bad stuff. Uh, I would still go because it's like I said, it's my duty. It's what I've been called to do. I did it for 4 years, and if they needed me again, I would go. But I would go with a bit of doubt.
Hesitantly. Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yeah.
and if you didn't go, well, there could be consequences.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's not like I would have an option. So,
That's what freedom is supposed to be about, is to have options.
yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Canadian, you wouldn't know that.
Oh, wow. Wow. I mean,
Especially under yeah, the guy who's currently running things over there.
I always question like if this actually happened because I have like a few military friends and family members. Like, I don't know, like Mark, for example, would he be sent? I don't think he would because he the military still needs to run on this side of things too. And I'm hoping they don't send the cripple over.
Oh boy.
And I mean this with love,
I don't
honey.
know.
Is he more of a liability or will he actually like be as effective as other soldiers? I don't know. It depends on the field of operations, right?
Yeah, it's tough to say because he is, very knowledgeable in his
Oh,
field as
he's
a,
very good at it.
oh
Absolutely.
yeah. So in his job, he's very good, but in a combat situation, would he be able to, perform to the best of his capabilities due to his disability? Um, and that would be something that they would have to think about. But
hmm
uh,
And like I said,
yeah,
they
it's
still
tough.
need people down here. So, I mean, worst comes
Hmm.
to worst, he might just be educating the next people coming in to do what
Oh,
he
that's
could do. That could be a
yeah,
possibility.
I think that would be a great job for him because he's super
Yeah.
knowledgeable. He speaks well, and I think that the next generation would really
Benefit.
Yeah.
benefit from hearing what he has to say.
Now, that's if they end up holding him hostage for however many long years this war takes. So, we'll see.
Right.
because he wants to leave, and I mean, I support him on leaving the military. It's a very hard life, as you know, Max.
Yeah. And
Uh,
it's tough for the wives too, you know, for you
mm,
guys, you know, you and Kara going through that stuff, whether it's Army, Canadian Army or US Army, like yeah, the wives have to be really patient and understanding during that whole time that they're gone, so it's
yeah.
tough.
Uh, how long has your husband been out, Kara? I don't remember.
Out for about 10 years.
Oh, okay. So he's been out
Yeah.
very, very long time. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was actually in the army before I met him. So I wasn't with him while
Oh,
he
that's
was
right.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
That doesn't mean I don't deal with any of the after effects.
Oh, yes.
But
Yeah, repercussions.
Yeah.
yeah.
The weird stuff you don't even realize would be a thing. I'm sure.
Yeah. I yeah. And I'll say this from uh you know, dating a girl who didn't understand what that meant, you know, dating someone who has been in the military and is now out, but still deals with some of the things that happened. Um, by being with someone who doesn't understand that, it's really difficult, very difficult. I mean, obviously, it didn't work out. So, you know, like, so it takes a really, and I don't say this with a Disney thing in mind, but it does take a strong woman, not a strong female character. It takes a strong woman to actually
Oh, it does.
uh,
It does.
be with someone who, yeah, who has that.
My
So,
so because Mark's kind of like slowly leaving, we were actually at a seminar, and one of the services that they have is counseling PTSD for not only, and I'll say Canadian government good for doing this, not only the person who's dealing with the PTSD personally, but the spouses. And how,
mm,
yeah, because I mean, you never know what could end up triggering you. When she was talking about it and her husband were there, it's just like he's just angry. He didn't know how to express himself, and he was withdrawn for so many years and had depression. I can't imagine standing by and being patient and knowing what to do without those types of services. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but that's something you never knew about. I'd say even 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if that was even around back then. It's like a relatively new service they offer. So
yeah.
hopefully the Americans do something like that version. I don't know if they do.
Be nice.
It would be nice. Would be nice. And
Andrew Matthews with the $2. What is MVP's thoughts on the Cheesecake Factory question?
oh, do you know about the Cheesecake Factory first date, Max?
Ooh, well, Cheesecake Factory it sounds like we're talking butts. So, no, I'm kidding.
What?
You know, you got that cake. You got that cheesecake.
Oh my god.
No, but yes, I do know the Cheesecake Factory question of, and I believe you guys covered this on Poor
Poor
Choices
choices.
potentially.
Yes.
If if a woman is taken out to um, Cheesecake Factory, is that not fancy enough, right? Is that kind of the basis of it?
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that's a bad red flag for a first date to take a girl to a Cheesecake Factory?
Um, no. And I think it's almost as simple as that. Uh, because like you could honestly like take a girl to coffee and that woman could meet you and be like, this is the man I'm gonna marry. You know, it's not necessarily the setting or where you take her. I think it's the interaction that you have on that first date that really makes a difference. So I don't know. I think if you're really hung up on the fact that he took you to California Pizza or not California Pizza Kitchen,
Cheesecake
Cheesecake
Factory.
Factory, it's
Your intentions aren't there for the date. It's
Or the
not there for the
food.
person.
right,
Yeah,
right.
and that's how I see it, because that shows more about the girl than the guy.
Yes.
And To be honest, the guy was going to take her out to a really fancy restaurant. They were late because she took too long. She was late to the date.
Oh.
And
No way. I did
he
not
picked her
know
up.
that.
Yeah. When I found that out, my like jaw dropped. He had booked like the Aria Hotel restaurant, which
Wow.
alleging in the chat was like a $500-600 meal. But
My God.
Yeah.
because she didn't come down on time, he was supposed to pick her up for reservation at 5. He had to improvise,
Full and audible. Yeah.
which I think you have to understand for a reservation if you're late. A 5 o'clock one too. That means that you couldn't get the 6 o'clock one. That you screwed up.
Damn, that changes the entire scenario. The fact that she was late. Oh my God.
And he was waiting downstairs of our apartment.
Oh my gosh.
The whole hour.
Bro, these TikTok women need a different reality. Like, that is so pathetic.
Yeah.
Because the only reason she posted that video is to get likes and attention.
Yeah.
You know, it's not to actually like put a light on, you know, hey, this is something that I think we should talk about. It's like, no, she just wanted attention.
I think she thought she was in the right for that situation.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You have to
Which
be
just shows
gracious to
the-
even be taken out. Doesn't matter where.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
Yeah,
What
and
if he
that's-
made you pay for
Yeah.
that dinner?
Like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
you're ready to split the bill, right?
That's such a good point. Like, oh yeah, so we're gonna split this, right? You know, equality and all that. So
Yeah.
You're a
I'm
strong,
a,
independent woman.
right. Like I'm a male feminist, so if that's, you know, I don't mind. I don't
Okay.
mind giving equal power to you or whatever you
50-50?
want to. Yeah, right. That's fair. So you'll take $250 and pay for your meal, and I'll take $250 for
because
mine.
you picked the most expensive thing on the menu.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
Oh
my
my
God,
God.
that's wild. But you know what? I mean, I saw something the other day where someone was saying, man, a lot of the women that I've been going out with from these like dating apps, um, really have been wanting to get coffee, not dinner.
Oh, really?
And yeah, one, it could be that they just want to test the waters, right? You know, they don't want to do a full-on dinner with someone that they don't necessarily enjoy being with. But two, what this guy thought was that they had been taken to so many dinners where they had to pay their part.
Oh my God. I need to find this TikTok and react to it. Oh my God.
that,
That's
that
hilarious.
that they were like, oh no, actually, coffee is better because I really don't want to pay for dinner.
In
So,
case it turns
Oh my
out that way.
gosh.
Because that's how you
yeah,
have to
in
go
case,
into
yeah,
it.
right? Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Because I don't know. I always said coffee dates are the best because you can leave if you don't like it pretty much right away.
Oh, you can, you get there and you get there and call an audible within the first 5 minutes. You go, you know what? Actually, this isn't for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't do it like that. I would just say, oh, we said we'd hang out for an hour. And usually I do it during the day so that and I
Mhm.
clear my schedule for actually a few hours. If I actually like him and want to hang out with
Yeah.
him more, then I have those few hours to go and do whatever, right? But I don't know. I hate committing more than like an hour or so to someone I don't really, if I don't feel the vibe, as the kids
Yeah.
call it. Because I did that mistake, a severe mistake once, and went to the exhibition, which is like a little carnival, and spent 8 hours with someone I didn't really care for, and I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
Oh no.
Short and sweet.
Poof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I unfortunately made the mistake of doing that for a whole weekend with
A
someone.
weekend.
Yeah.
Jeez, Max.
Oh my goodness,
Um,
that's that. Yeah.
Because yeah, she had come out to visit, and yeah, I'll say that we knew each other, but not knew each other enough from the dating app to where it was like, all right, we've been to dinner, we had one coffee date, and then it was like full weekend, and I was like, oh, I've made a tragic mistake here.
Did you just spend your time in bed the entire time to try to pass the time?
No. No. I was like, I said, hey, let's go see a movie because it was like a 3-hour movie, and I was like, okay, this means that we don't have to talk for 3 hours.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I mean, and it's not like she was like an awful person or anything.
You just didn't.
We
Yeah.
had no
Just didn't
chemistry.
click. Yeah.
We didn't click. There was no chemistry, and it wasn't like I could say, hey, it's Saturday morning, and I'm like, okay, I kind of understand where this would go. So,
Do you think she felt that way or no?
no, I don't think she was like, head over heels for me or anything, but I think that she was probably, I don't know. I think that we both might have felt something, but I don't think that she necessarily was like, oh yeah, I need to leave. I think she was still trying to figure out the vibes.
If it was, yeah.
If that's how the kids say
The
it.
vibes.
The vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your good vibe. Steel Leg of History, member for 10 months on the duck level. Thank you so much, Steel Leg. Says, I'm slowly getting better. I just had 2 appointments at my physical therapy where I walked out support. I'm slowly getting back to normal walking. Oh, that's awesome to hear. I know getting back to regular movement, full autonomy it sucks when you don't have that. Mark always feels the same way. He hates when he can't do things for himself. So hope you're healing well, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And hopefully we're entertaining you.
Yeah, and congratulations on, what do you say, kind of starting to walk by himself, yeah?
Yeah. And I have a Cavatano in the chat asking, what 3-hour movie did you choose, Max?
I think at the time it was one of the Marvel movies. I think it might have been Endgame or maybe Infinity War or something.
Okay.
I forget, but I was like, hey, I don't mind watching this film again. And
You're like, and again.
and again, and yeah. Do you want to see it again, Max? This is our 3rd time seeing it. We don't need to watch it.
It's just so good, that moment when all the girls just ran out and started fighting.
Yeah. Oh, it was so empowering to see all the female superheroes gang up together, and yeah.
I did think that was probably one of the silliest scenes in there because it's just like,
Yeah.
how did they know to go together and fight? I thought you just fight whatever you saw in a battle. Makes no
You know what's
sense
so
to me.
funny? Yeah, no, and you're totally right. And what's so funny about that is like, even people who are normies when it comes to Marvel stuff and just films in general, even they watched that scene and they were like, "This is so dumb. This looks terrible." And that's how
Yeah.
you know that it's bad, when even the normies are like, "This was awful. That was
Yeah.
so, dumb."
There was more, like I think the scene where Scarlet Witch had to, with her,
Oh,
that is more empowering in the sense like, God, she's literally sacrificing everything for the world. Like that's unfortunately like a girl boss move, like, but
I agree.
yeah. I don't think it's a good girl boss move, of course, being put in that situation, but if you have to do it, whew.
I thought
That
it
takes
was
a-
badass seeing Scarlet Witch stand up to Thanos.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
she goes straight up to him and she's like, "You
Yeah.
took everything from me," right? And he says, "I don't even know who you are." And she gets so angry and she's powerful enough to take Thanos on one-on-one for a little
Yeah.
bit. So if anything, that was more empowering, and it's more of a genuine character moment for her.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was a
'Cause
girl
Thanos
boss
did take
moment.
well, I mean,
That's not a forced girl boss moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, even I got hyped from seeing Scarlet Witch stand up to Thanos. So like,
Yeah.
and you guys know me, I hate the girl boss thing, but if even I'm stoked about a scene, like, it's there are things behind it that are more than
There's that
just
emotion. You're like,
yeah.
yeah, like he fucked you over, like mess him up. I want to see you get your revenge.
He literally put
Yeah.
you in that situation. So sacrifice.
And I think,
that's horrible.
yeah, and I think a lot of guys would say like, oh, well, you're just, people are just intimidated by girl bosses. And it's like, no, we actually love seeing those women do some really badass things. But like you said, Kara, I think when it's forced, it is so pandering that people just roll their
Yeah.
eyes at it. But when it's an actual genuine character moment that makes sense for the story, I think a lot of people really appreciate those moments to see
Mm.
their heroines take charge.
Well, it's like the idea that like, oh, if someone ever did that for me, that like is true, genuine love. Like, I think we can all say that we want something like that. Not that we want to be in that situation, but we can, we maybe have a love in our life or family that we know we would do things like that for or whatever to
Mm-hmm.
protect them or save them type of situations. 'Cause,
This is a good question from Andrew Matthews. He says, MVP, would you rather do the long weekend again or watch Ahsoka?
Oh no. At least and you have to watch Ahsoka without your phone, like literally staring at it.
Like, I just literally have to watch Ahsoka.
Uh-huh.
Um, I mean, is that even a is that even a question? It's definitely the long weekend because one, I get to watch an Avengers film, and two,
Oh wow.
which is way better than Ahsoka. And two, at least like, we yeah, at least there were good things about it. She was definitely a nice person. It's like it wasn't like it was an awful weekend, but it was long. You could tell by the end of it. It was like, yeah, okay.
I've had enough.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, that's a pretty funny question.
That's a good one. Guk with the 38-month resub on Twitch. Happy 38 plus years of friendship.
Aw.
Aww.
God, 38. That is insane.
That's awesome.
Insane. I love it though. I love it. My God,
Makes
this
me
thing
happy.
looks so good from far away in the camera. But when I look at it, it looks so horrible. But like far away, it looks great. Sorry, I'm not a good painter, clearly.
No, I think I think it looks beautiful.
Yeah, I think it looks cool.
I'm
like it a
definitely
lot,
going to
yeah.
do more of these paint by numbers. This is actually really fun.
Yeah, that looks dope. I like that a lot. Especially once it's like hung up in your on your
Office?
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
The
be awesome.
office.
You're gonna be like, yeah, I did that.
I did that. I mean, there's lines on it and numbers, but I did that. Yeah.
They don't have to know that.
That is true. That is very true.
Like, oh, who
'Cause if-
painted that? I did.
I did.
They didn't include the question of
How?
they weren't specific. So that's all that matters.
Is lying by
Yeah.
omission a lie?
Because if I come in and I see that painting and you go, and I go, oh my God, this is so cool. Where'd you get this? And you go, oh, well, I actually painted that. You're not lying.
That is true.
Like,
That is true.
you did paint it.
Yeah. I want to do another one. If anyone has any good suggestions that they've seen paint by numbers that are good, let me know. Because I have a bunch of others.
I have one that I found for my sister-in-law that I'm gonna get her.
Ooh. Do you have it at your house now, or?
No, I haven't ordered it yet.
Okay.
But it's on Etsy. So look on Etsy. You might find some really good ones.
Oh, Etsy. I would never think of Etsy, to be honest. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Because I was only looking on Amazon and the actual Paint by Numbers website, which the Paint by Numbers have like pretty ones, but they're not, I guess, themed or movie themed. So.
I'm going to send you. I just saw that Ryan text me last night.
Kindle?
Yes. Well, he was streaming last night. And I was messing with him in the chat. I was just talking shit to him. And then he was playing Hogwarts Legacy. He's like, I don't know how to change this. I was like,
Was he trying to transition?
Revelio.
Well, technically, he was trying to do the transmog. So
so yeah, he
So-
was
I-
trying to transition.
Yeah.
he was. So I sent him a link on how to do it, and he was just talking about that. I'm sending you the link to the one that I
Got
am gonna
your
order.
Okay. Thank you.
It is gorgeous, and I think that you would like this a lot.
Okay. Is it sent yet? Let me know when you send it, so I'm gonna check right away because I want to see it.
All right, friends, I got a question for you guys that might take some thought behind it, some self-reflection. What role do each one of you play in your friend groups?
Oh God.
Do the rational role.
I'm gonna say I can agree with that on you for sure. I
Like
do.
mother hen?
Yeah, just to
Yeah.
knock some sense into you. Yeah, it's not that crazy, calm down type of situation.
Okay.
That I see Kara's done that for me. I do the same thing too, but I'm trying to think what other weirdo. I'm a weirdo.
That's the role you play?
Yeah, I'm a weirdo in the friend group.
Like a wild card? Okay.
Yeah, I can hang and be crazy partying. I can also be calm. I think well, you guys can confirm this. I'm a bit of an empath and I reflect the energy that's given, so I can be a little bit of
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I sent
You're a
it,
jack
by
of
the
all
way.
trades.
Oh, thank you.
It's in our group chat.
Thank you. So, yeah.
I like that. Yeah, jack of all trades. I think that's cool. You don't need to, yeah, you don't have any specific role or whatnot.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, you're right.
Let's see.
Yeah, I see you doing one of those.
So this is for the chat. This is it. You can kind of see it.
Oh my gosh.
That looks
That's gorgeous.
cool. Yes, thank you.
The paints, but I mean, you can always just buy paints that'll go over to
They don't come with
any.
paints?
I don't know if it does or not.
It should.
Um,
Paint by number should always come with paints. Otherwise, why put numbers?
well, you might be able to just like assign the paint. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So I think that it would be cool if it does come with paints.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it does or not yet.
Okay. Oh well, I mean,
I
I don't.
haven't
Yeah. I'll let you know if I order it. Which most likely I will, because that is a freaking cool painting of like Zorro.
Yeah.
Have you
Oh,
finished One Piece,
One
Kara?
Piece.
Yes.
Nice.
Loved it.
Loved it. Love it.
Oh my God, I loved that show. I was so impressed.
They did a wonderful job on that show.
That goes Kara? Rational? Kara is the feisty one. I will be the first one to fight if somebody comes at my friends, though.
But
That's
you
true.
also come at issues in a very rational way, though. Like I've seen it as well. When there's an issue, you take it to the DMs or whatever to get it sorted out, and you get like genuine apologies based on your actions versus more Twitter fighting.
Like Twitter fighting.
It's stupid.
I don't like any of that. That's why I just go straight to the person who's like, hey, you're being dumb. What you're doing is wrong.
That's a lie.
Cut it out.
Mm-hmm. Max,
Yeah,
who are you?
Yeah.
Or what are you?
Oh man. See, this is where my like self-reflection or my introspectiveness, I need to do more of it in terms of with questions like this, because I think, and I think the thing that's also really difficult is that I have so many different friend groups. I have like jock type of sports military friends, who are just super I don't know, we're
Rowdy.
rowdy and brash and funny and goofy and not really that many deep conversations, but just like, just boys, just bros, right? But then I have like I have like friend groups like y'all where it's more deep conversations and thought processes and we love to have those night like in Dallas where it's like staying up till 2 having great conversations and stuff. So I don't really know where I fit in. I kind of fit in with all of those groups, but I don't know what role I play for each one. And I don't know if I
You
could
can
say
play
that.
a different role for each group though, because each friend group needs a
Yeah.
different role.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So I guess I'd play the chameleon then. That I can kind of that you know I can basically fit into any of these groups and still just be me. Like I don't need to play a different part. I can still be Max, um, but I'm just Max in a different group, if that makes sense. But
Yeah. No, it totally makes sense.
but in terms of what role, yeah, I really don't know. I'd like to think I'm kind of the um, rational thinker, peacekeeper, but at the same time, I mean, I can get pretty angry at stuff, so
I
I
have
don't know.
never seen you upset. Genuinely, never seen you
No.
upset. I've seen you tired and happy.
Yeah, I think I can get pretty whenever I think the reason is whenever I get genuinely upset, I retreat back into myself, so I don't talk to others. So
I do
that's
the same
most
thing.
yeah. So I think that's probably why most people go, "Oh, Max, I've never really seen you like this, or I've never really seen you upset." And it's like, that's by design, you know? That's because I don't want you to see that part of me. It's kind of like that thing of like, should men cry in public? Which like I think a lot of people would say no, because it's not something that you as a man should display because it shows weakness, though it may show emotional maturity, um, or like that you're more in tune with your emotions or whatever, it's still a weakness and it can be taken advantage of. So um, there are a lot of different aspects of that. What do you guys think? Do you think men should cry in public?
If it's for a
Or
very good reason, yeah. I mean, like,
yeah,
uh, deaths, births, if you get married, proposals, those big
Yeah.
moments.
ooh,
Like, I think it's
married. That's
like
an interesting one.
I put that in there because some people do cry, and when you see your bride coming down the aisle and
Sure.
whatnot, or if you get broken up with, like I think genuinely like that's probably an okay time to cry in public if it was happening in public,
Yeah.
Interesting.
like
Okay.
I think if I'm trying to think of something where we've seen someone. Oh, the Starbucks employee that got upset about how hard it is to work there. I mean, yes, it is hard. Working is hard, but you have to do it in order to live. And I wouldn't necessarily videotape it and post it on the internet. That's you
Yeah.
go cry in your
Yeah.
own time.
Yeah,
That's a
go to
moment.
the storage closet, have yourself a cry and come back out.
So I don't know. I think for your major good and your major bad moments, like that is more than fine.
Interesting. Yeah, I find that I find it so I think that's why I always enjoy these conversations a lot, because I get so many different perspectives. Because um, normally I would think, no, I don't want my husband to cry at our wedding. Even if he sees me and I'm gorgeous,
No, he better cry
I
because
do
I'm
not want
not
him crying.
amazingly gorgeous.
Damn right.
No, see, I would think she'd be like, no, I want him to look, confident and strong and stern and, handsome, and
Absolutely not. I want emotion. Like it's
I
an
want
emotional day.
I want him to be blubbering as I walk up down the aisle.
No, I don't want that, but like
Just a
a
tear where
tear.
you're like, oh my God, this is gonna be part of the rest of my life. This is amazing. Like
Hmm.
that's how I felt like kind of that when I got married, and I hope that Mark felt the same way, which I think he did. So I think that's a more than fine time to cry, and people, yeah, sure, normalize crying, but you still need to have normal civility and humility for the good okay times to cry and some of the not so okay times
Hmm.
to cry.
Need to
I
be public.
have,
It
yeah,
doesn't need
I've,
to be a spectacle.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to film it for
I've
TikTok.
No, you
yes.
don't.
Yeah. I've heard Mark talk about you, Xray. I think whatever he was feeling on that wedding day, overall, I think he was
I think so
very
too.
happy and very pleased. Like I said, we've gotten to spend some time together in Vegas, and he thinks the world of you. So,
Oh, thank you for telling me that.
of course.
Oh, but
Whereas, like, when he talks about you, I'm like, she's all right. No,
wow.
I'm kidding. I'm like, I'm happy
Say,
for you, Mark. That sounds
fine,
good.
say that. I'll steal her.
I know. Kara's been trying to steal me
Oh,
for since we met her.
yeah,
Yep.
that's true. That's true.
I know.
Mark has competition.
I know. And well, let's just say we did some public displays of affection on our last gaming stream.
Ooh,
We
I
did.
might
Yeah, we
does that
did.
mean
We
I have
gotta
to
just,
go? I have to go back and rewatch that stream then, I guess.
yeah.
There was like intense touching. I want to see Max's
Um,
face in that moment.
intense touching. I will maybe I'll video record myself and send it to the group chat.
You're gonna laugh. You'll
Yeah.
laugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Josh says he's talking about our last conversation, but he says I tend to fall into the nurturing caretaker dad role.
I can see that.
If you need a DD, I got you. If you need a snack, I got you. Need a friend, emotional support, I got you. Yeah, I definitely can see that, Josh, especially at the comic conventions and stuff. Like, yeah, you're definitely that guy. And he says, I feel like you and I are similar in the fact that it's rare for people to see us angry, and that's for a reason. It's hard to get us there, but when it happens, it's not good at all. Yeah, I think men need to be capable of that, though. Like, I think that that's actually that is by design, because you don't want to always show off your anger, or show off those moments, because one, once you do bring out that anger, it needs to be purposeful. So like in Los Angeles, like I was telling you guys, I was up there on Friday. Like if anything were to happen, I'm cool, calm, collected, but if something were to happen, I need to bring out that anger in order to be uh, protecting
Protective,
and
yeah.
to be able to make something happen. And for a lot of people, it's scary. Like they're not used to seeing their friend or their boyfriend or their family member or their brother, whoever it is, get that angry in order to protect. It's a scary moment, but I think it's really necessary for men to have that within them to
Yes.
Well, it's like
be that person.
in the animal kingdom, if something tries to come and attack you, all the animals try to fluff up their feathers or whatever to look big so that it
Right.
threatens them to hopefully stand down. It's a what do you call it? It's
Defense mechanism?
defense mechanism. So, hopefully, they back down and then you don't have to actually beat them up or whatever, right?
Yeah. Or if you do have to beat them up, like, it's you have to get to a next level amount of I don't know. You just have to go to a place that you're not normally there and people don't normally see, and I think that's why people get scared, is because they're like, "Oh my God, I've never seen you like that." And it's like, well, yeah, because why should you see me like that? It should only be like in a life or death situation, or a situation like that where it needs to be brought out.
Yep. And like Mark will always tells me, like, if we're in any situation, I need you to just leave me. Because if I have to defend and the things that I have to do to defend, I don't think you want to see me do it, and I don't want you to ever have to look at me like differently. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's a scary notion, but he's right, because one, you could potentially get hurt if you're near a situation like that, so it's better for you to leave. And two, if you do watch him do something that's pretty horrific, would you be able to? I mean, I know that you would be able to look at him the same way, but for a lot of women, they would be like, "Oh, I don't know the man who I just saw," right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough. It's tough, but
It's definitely a hard situation to be in if you're ever in
yeah,
them. Hopefully, you never have to. So.
yeah.
Yeah, my husband
But
says the same thing. He's just like, if I tell you to go, you go.
yeah,
Like in a
yeah.
situation like that.
Jay the Deep-Minded, good morning. Thank you for being here, and I hope that you are doing well. She is also in the hospital dealing with some stuff, so we are praying for
Oh
your
no.
healing and praying for you to get better. She says, "Nice painting, Max. Like this color scheme. I'm jonesing so bad for my plastic crack."
Ooh.
Well, hopefully we can. Hopefully we're helping you here get your fix in with your plastic crack while you're watching us.
Max, I have a question for you. Have you bought 10E? Do you want to learn 10E? 10th edition?
Oh, I was like 10E. I bought the 10th edition rulebook.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll play 10th edition, but I will definitely read the rules, and I'm following all the different factions right now.
Because I want
So,
to buy it and I haven't yet. And I was looking on where to get it. And of course, if there's not many places that have it. So,
oh wait, like the 10th edition box set or the 10th edition
rule
rulebook?
book, rule book.
Oh, okay. Because I was
Okay.
gonna say if you get the 10th edition box set, you're gonna get all the Tyranid models and the Space
Oh,
Marines
I mean,
models.
like, I would love that, but you definitely can't find that around here. I'm done.
You're done? All right, let me switch over to your
Yeah,
thing.
I
Let
want
me
to see,
go
I
ahead
want
and
to see,
see
I
it.
want to see. Guys, go to Xray Girl's channel so you can see this beautiful painting in full screen. Holy crap. That is
Gorgeous.
so
Really
pretty.
cool.
Very nice, very
And then I'll
nice.
put it in front of me.
You should definitely like put that in a nice matted frame
Mm-hmm.
and display it. That would be so nice.
Oh, you know what you need to do too? Like a authentic classic painter X-rays. You need to sign the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I'll get my metallic pen and do it. It just looks so
Yeah, there you
cool.
go.
That means I have to move my project set over to my actual office now.
Oh my god, I love that.
This was the last thing I wanted to do, so I didn't have to move things before I go there. So I have a project this week. I love it so much.
So
Man,
beautiful.
Thanks, chat. Thanks, guys.
coming in with a $20 super chat. Josh is crushing it this morning. I can't believe $20. Come on, man. You were too kind. You were too generous. He says,
About
since
to
I
say
present
$20. Why didn't you do 25?
Wow!
Cheesecake Factory, why didn't we go to Fleming's? Come on. Yeah, Josh, come on. Well, he did okay, so to be fair, he did 19.99, so it's not fully $20. So I guess I can't give him
Ooh.
the credit.
That 1 cent
But
makes a difference.
it makes a difference.
Yes.
Come on, Josh. What are we doing over here, man? Give me that. I
I
want the full.
mean,
We
a
already
penny is
know.
about as important as an inch. So.
Every inch
Ooh,
counts.
well, we are size we're size kings and queens over on this channel. So
I'm so sorry.
Josh says, since I present as masculine and have conservative values, I found that a lot of straight men feel comfortable allowing themselves to be emotional in front of me. They know I'm not going to judge or question masculinity. I can see that, man. I mean, I've had plenty of deep conversations with you about, you know, previous experiences and relationships, PTSD, all that kind of stuff. And you've always been super open and honest with those conversations. So, because yeah, normally it's tough for guys because they want that. If they do want to talk about that stuff to a female, they risk looking weak.
Weak, yeah.
But to another man, it can also be seen as, you know, men don't necessarily always know how to respond to that type of emotional response. So Josh does a very good job about being that shoulder when someone needs it to cry on. So. But dude, well, all right. let's give him, 1999. Thank you, sir. So appreciate the super chat, and yeah, you are our favorite otter. So, though I may be the stereotypical, version of what an otter looks like, you are our favorite otter. I think that's fair to say.
I think I am Kara's favorite otter.
You are my favorite otter. He was playing an otter in Party Animals.
When we were touching each other.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's great.
Ooh.
Okay, I ordered the Zorro painting.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'll let you know. I didn't think I'd finish this today, so I like the paint by numbers. I might even just do it for fun for myself and just, relaxing if I end up, because I have a couple projects. I have my Woobles and my Warhammers and my Gundams still to do. So
ooh,
I'll finish the
paint. I want to try one.
You should. I think you'd enjoy just relaxing and painting. I mean, the conversations have been excellent, so it's been like kind of mindless to just be told what to do in the painting.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's tough to kind of be present, while painting, while having like deep conversations and also trying to paint really well. So, Josh is wondering, wait, Xray, if you're an otter, does that mean you're hairy?
I waxed that off. Why would I let myself be hairy?
That's smart.
Yeah, as an Asian, I don't have a lot of.
Laser's the way to go.
Huh?
I thought laser's the way to go.
Laser is the way to go.
It is. I did laser on very minute specific areas because it's also expensive.
Yes.
And I'm not that hairy. Not that hairy. And if I get pregnant, there's a high chance of the hair coming back. So I always thought,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your hormones will change.
Yeah, so you grow it all back most of the time. Not all the time, but you never know. I'd rather not pay thousands of dollars and then get my vast amount of skin area hair back. But I'm not like,
right.
I did like my face and like my bikini line, like 3 hairs that are there. So that was it. Yeah.
I did from the waist down.
Damn.
That's a lot.
Smart.
That's a lot of money. Oh my God.
That's a lot of money. It's a lot of surface area.
Yeah, a lot of weeks of pain.
Worth it though, I think, in the
Very
long run,
worth
right?
It is. Yeah. It is. Cavatano.
I think I do like a touch-up shave like once every like 3 months.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's it.
I was gonna say, Cavatano, can you put in the chat what clear coat what is it called? This clear matte coat you're talking about? Because I have no idea.
You talking about a lacquer?
He says get gloss or matte clear coat spray to protect your paintings.
I actually have some.
I have this, which is, wait, is this the base? I can't tell. I think this is the base. I have the Citadel varnish. Is the varnish the overcoat? Yeah, this is the overcoat. Would that work? Maybe? For Warhammer on a paint?
Was something that
is going to be too I think that's good. I mean, that's very small. Well, I know you've got a spray.
Yeah, like would this work, you think, chat? I don't know.
If it's a spray, I think
was it acrylic?
I guess say yes. It's definitely not oil.
Okay.
Hi, Rambam.
I think the other question would be, is it gloss or matte?
This feels more matte. Although it looks glossy in this light. Oh, actually, it looks glossy. Yeah, it looks glossy.
Yeah, I would just double check maybe online just so that.
Yeah.
Because would you prefer your painting to be more glossy?
I mean, I don't really care. I just think it looks pretty.
Oh.
You don't want to ruin it. I would do a spot test first before you spray the whole thing. Maybe do like a back, like one of the corners.
Little corner, and then and then try it. Yeah, because I have tons of paint still. I was gonna throw it all away, but maybe I'll keep at least one line of it. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Cause do you spray your models with the varnish afterwards? Both of you?
I typically don't. I'm bad about that.
I'm just starting to do it, but my so I have a here, I'll show the camera. I have Citadel Color Technical Storm Shield, and then I have the Technical Ard Coat. So one is gloss, one is matte. And I'm trying to determine how I want to use them. So I haven't done it in the past, but I want to start doing it because I can already see some of the paint chipping on some of my models. So
Oh, and getting that color perfect would be a pain in the butt.
yes, yeah, especially if you have to mix or if you forget what color you're using to make sure that that stuff stays on. Um, now, the question is, X-Ray, what's your next project gonna be? Are you gonna do?
I'm gonna finish off the one that I didn't, which is the Warhammer one.
Nice.
Because I
Okay.
still
Three
have.
different options for you. Sorry, I just went and
Purples.
checked my craft room, and I have 3 different clear coat options for you.
Okay, let me make sure your screen's in front of there.
Let's see.
Do you have a candle going? It was hidden behind my Streamlabs. I love it.
Yes, I do have a candle.
I love it.
Oh.
So first thing I have is this Mod Podge clear acrylic sealer.
Uh-huh.
So that's going to be an option.
Uh-huh.
Second is
It's
this
matte.
Treehouse clear acrylic matte coating, which is the same as the Mod Podge.
Okay. And this is
And
just
then,
at a craft store, or was this specifically like a model?
Mod Podge you can get at a craft store. This is Krylon, crystal clear acrylic coating. You can probably get at like a hardware store, but it's also going to be in the same area as a
hardware store. Okay. That would be
Yeah.
the closest thing to me, at least here, because we don't have a lot of.
This is from Hobby Lobby. Do you have Hobby Lobby?
No, but we have a version of that called Michael's here, which I can check.
You can get these at Michael's.
Okay, so maybe that when I go
you
to,
can definitely get the Mod Podge from Michael's.
I'll go to Costco in the city at some point, and then I'll make sure I go visit a craft store. So that'll be exciting. Okay, so then I can get this all nice and done up and hopefully have it in display in my room. I also need to get more frames. So
This crystal clear is only like $8.
oh, that's so cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do need something like
I
that.
would recommend either the Krylon or the Mod Podge.
The Mod Podge is going to be easier for me to remember.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture of these.
Thank you. Thank you. You're awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I went and ran in my craft room and I was like, I know we have these. I need to go look and see what they are.
Yeah. If only I lived down the road from you so I could just come over and steal it.
Yes. I would be perfectly fine with that.
Oh my gosh. Also, I don't know how the gun laws work in the States. Do I have to get like a license in order to have guns? Or how does that work? Just out of curiosity.
North Carolina, you don't have to. And in Texas, you don't have to.
Okay.
But if you want to like conceal carry, it's always good to have one just in case.
So my brother, he was doing a competition called IPSC, which is like an international gun shooting competition, or can get to. And I mean, he's probably not at that level according to him. I mean, I watched him shoot, but it's really hard because I wasn't allowed close to the gun range area where they were actually shooting. So I don't know if he actually was hitting any targets or not. But it looked fun. It looks so fun.
When was the last time you've gotten to go shooting?
To actually shoot a gun, 2014 maybe, 2015.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
We don't shoot guns much here. And I mean, both my brothers all have guns, and if I wanted to own a handgun, I can't because the laws here have banned you buying, bringing in, or transferring handgun ownership. I can borrow, though. I can borrow it, but I can only use what's here. So if I wanted to have my own handgun, I can't. I physically cannot own a handgun.
Damn.
Unless it's in the States.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're kind of in Gary's situation.
Yeah, except I didn't go to prison.
Can't.
Thank God. Like, if you went to prison, What role do you think you would fall into?
Ooh.
I would be someone's
Ooh,
like girlfriend.
someone's bitch.
Yeah.
Is that what you're about to say?
Yes. Yes. I would become what do you call it? Pay for gay. I get your protection for being your girlfriend. You know. That
She's
type.
in Canada. That's why. Sorry, somebody says pretty sure we can't have handguns. Sounds like Canada. It's like, yeah, she's in
Yeah, I'm
Canada.
in Canada.
Yeah, yeah, you nailed it. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good question. I feel like I would just be the quiet, resourceful one. Like I wouldn't want to make too much noise, because you don't want to stand out in prison, right? You
Nope.
don't want to
No.
be, you just kind of want to blend in. Like if nobody knows who you are, even better. You just kind of want to be the guy in the back. You don't necessarily want to make too much noise or be known as something. Um, so, I mean, I think at some point you have to choose your affiliation, because I think in prison they will kind of
The
divvy themselves
segregation.
up. Correct, right. This group will join with this group against these two groups, and it's mainly based off of race. And but yeah, so I feel like I would just, you know what? I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna do my
Yeah.
thing. Just no one fucking talk to me. You almost want to present yourself as like tough,
But not too tough.
so you're quiet, but not,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Like someone tried to steal your pudding. What would you do?
You would if someone steals my pudding?
Yeah, like your dessert on your tray, like the best part of your meal. Would you fight them? Would you let it happen?
Someone Oh, see, that's a good question because do you display dominance over that person for stealing
Yeah.
your pudding,
Hmm.
or do you just let it happen and be someone's bitch?
Yeah, because I would be someone's bish bish.
Like
Bitch.
someone's like, "What's up, pudding bitch? You got my pudding for me today,
Yeah,
pudding bitch?"
yeah. Are you gonna fight back or are you gonna let it happen? Because I'd let it happen.
Um,
I
I
think.
think I think you have to fight. I think you would have to, or you would just have to be so so insane that you stab them with your spork, says Josh. So
Kara, you would be
that
someone's
Yes.
too.
girlfriend?
Yeah, I'd be the girlfriend.
I'm too delicate to want to fight other women.
Yeah.
Like
It's
Is
just
it
crazy.
I probably could, but I don't want to. If it was like 3 months, maybe I could toughen and pretend to be tough. But if it's longer than that, I don't know. I need that. I need that protection. I think.
Oh yeah, well, because then you could let them do your dirty work, right? Like if you're someone's bish and they're just like, hey, you're mine now. If anything happens to you, at least you know you have protection from them, right?
Yeah, that is it. I don't want to have to be the tough person. So I'm not inherently the tough person. But then again, I've lived a cushy life where I didn't have to put myself out there often in terms of protecting myself or family.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You've done more. You probably had more incidences where you had to maybe assert dominance in order to uh, get stuff done or whatever, even for work, right?
Yeah, for in the military, it's a really delicate ecosystem because it's like it's animal kingdom, right? It's like if you don't like right off the bat, you have to assert yourself. And if you're not in a dominant position, um, it's like more so in boot camp. You'll be seen as weak. So you almost have to come off with this like false sense of strength and confidence and arrogance. Even if you don't know something, you have to act like you know, like you do, if that makes
Fake
sense.
it till you make it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But you also have to be genuine. So, like, one of the biggest things that they just kept repeating over and over again to us was don't be an asshole. Like, the quickest way to get people to turn against you is if you're an asshole. if you're genuine, if you're confident, but if you're also very, strong and if you're a good leader, people will follow you. But the second you turn into an asshole, people will immediately hate you and they'll turn on you.
Mm,
But it's a fine line between dominance and confidence.
Yeah, I agree.
interesting.
Josh says it's an animal kingdom and Max is a poor little otter.
Oh my God. What's Josh
Oh
again?
gosh.
What's his animal?
Josh, I think, is an otter.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely not a twink, but he's definitely not a bear. Um, but he's not a, what was it, Josh? A twunk?
The heck?
Have you guys heard about a twunk?
If I've never heard of an otter, I don't think I know what a twunk is. Oh my
Um,
God. I'm learning so many
so I
different
got,
words.
yeah, I got called a twunk the other day by another one of our gay friends, and he was like, "Yeah, Max is definitely a twunk. He's not an otter. A twunk is just a twink, but with muscles." And I was like, "No, I don't think so. I don't think that's
Meg's like,
Oh,
hell no, am I gonna go
no,
down for
no,
this?
no."
nope,
So
nope.
it's a twink and a hunk mixed together, and it's a twunk. So
I mean, if you were truly gay, I think that wouldn't be a bad way to be called, you know, if you were truly. Oh, that sounds kind of
if I,
cute. A twunk.
yeah, I think if I were gay, I mean, I don't think I would mind being a twunk. That's a
Yeah.
good, that's a good delineation. But is Josh a twunk? That's the question, though.
You guys would know better.
I think he's more of an otter than a twunk, because twunks are like super hairless, but like with a ton of muscles. So,
Mm-hmm.
oh my goodness. Uh, we also have forgotten to talk about what a wolf is, but that might have to be left for the next stream. So,
Yeah,
There's
it's already
so
past
many titles.
noon.
There's so many titles. The heck?
Josh, you'll have to enlighten us on what a wolf is next time, because yeah, I'm genuinely curious. Is it like the next evolution from otter?
Oh my
Who
God.
knows? Yeah,
Well, do we know any wolves in the
in the community. I
community?
feel like a wolf would be skinny but super hairy, right? No?
I don't know.
See that?
I don't know these gay titles.
Gay terminology.
The gay knowledge. I don't know. The gay lingo.
Yeah. What are the terms for women? There need to be good terms for guys.
We
Get all the
got
cool,
we got
great terms.
the dykes. We got the femmes, the butches,
Oh,
that's
oh
as far
yeah.
as I
I guess
know. I don't know,
a dyke and
chat.
a butch, I feel like would be
But there's also kind of
fairly
in between.
similar.
But I think most kind of fall into one or the other, right? That I know of. That I know of. All right. Probably have to get going soon, guys. I need lunch.
Yeah.
I need lunch.
And
Hungry.
you guys have a stream coming up after this, right?
We got lots of streams
Yep.
today. Oh my
Oh
God.
my goodness.
Sunday.
Yeah. Simcast?
Oh my
Have you heard
gosh.
anything about that? I haven't heard about it for this weekend.
She usually does a group chat by the day of.
Okay, yeah, I'm not in a group chat, so
I'm not in a group chat either.
okay.
oh,
We'll see.
wait.
Well, I know she's in. I know she's out of town right now, so that's probably why.
Oh, Frank just messaged, so you might get a message from him.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah. But anyways, chat, you've been wonderful. I love you, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for
Yay.
hanging out this morning. We love all these conversations.